Hey everybody, apologize that I keep making these errors with the video editing. I don't know, I've changed some things that I've done in order to get the 60 FPS stuff going, and whatever I've done, I keep cutting off the end of videos, and I'm not quite sure how or why I'm doing that, so apologize. I'm going to try to stop it in the future. Thank you guys for telling me in the comments, but either way, on with the missed video. I got to work at McDonald's and I left school every day at 12:30 and went to work. I didn't have to go to work that day. I just had to work X number of hours per week in order to get credit for everything, which I did. And at the end of my very first semester of working there, out of 3 total that I did, my very first semester, the sheet that I gave to my boss to grade me. Oh, I have a shovel. Never mind. The sheet that I gave to my boss to grade me was it wasn't a Likert scale. So a Likert scale is like 5 options from like strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. That's your traditional Likert scale. It was a Likert scale, but there was only 3. So it was disagree, agree, or what was it? It was underperforms, performs, or overperforms is essentially like what it said. And it was asking, about, your job skills to get a grade. So, whoops. So my boss fills this thing out with mainly things in the performs and the overperforms. Actually, not mainly, like everything was in the between performs to overperforms categories. Nothing was in the underperforms. And I think I had about 50-50 between performs and overperforms. I looked at the thing. She even asked me, she's like, Jeff, is this good for you? Do you like this? We can talk about it. And I was like, no, that looks great. Like, thanks, Liz. That was my boss's name. I was like, thanks, Liz. This looks fantastic. I thought it was good. I turn it in. My grade for that semester is a solid B. I went up to the co-op instructor and I was like, why on earth would I get a B for this semester with an evaluation like this? And he said, well, an A is everything in the overperforms. A B, like they didn't even do like minuses, pluses, like, and it was just like A, B, C failed essentially is what it was for this. And I didn't know this going in. He's like, a B is, mixed between overperforms and performs. A C is like everything just on the performs level. I guess a D would have been like a mix between the performs and underperforms, and like a failing would have been, or complete failure would have been like everything in the underperforms, which I had no idea. And I went and told my boss about this, and she was like, I'm so sorry, is there anything I can do like to fix this? And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I was like, it's not your fault anyways. Aw, poor badge. I was like, it's not your fault anyways. Like, I didn't know either, but I didn't really think much of it. So the next 2 semesters, she gave me everything in the overperforms category. So I got A's to finish out the semesters, or my last year for my co-op experience, because it was the same boss that I had, and she actually loved me even more after that. I ended up working there for multiple more years. So that is one of the things that actually I didn't realize it until I graduated and saw that I was number 11, and I was number 11 by literally like 0.1 GPA or something like that to another buddy of mine who ended up squeezing into the top 10. And by the way, this guy who was 11 when we were like freshmen and he got the thing, he ended up being like number 3. So he ended up like completely excelling through the rest of high school. But yeah, so I got held out of the top 10 at the end of high school based on, like I said, my performance in my freshman year, as well as a poorly evaluated or a poorly constructed evaluation tool for my co-op job. So McDonald's actually held me out of the top 10 in high school. How dare you, McDonald's? How dare you? Don't have any idea why I got into that story with you guys, but I definitely did just get into that story about immaturity in school and top 10 and things like that. But basically, for those young people who watch the channel, things do mean something. Like, when you don't really think that they're going to, they might. So just try your hardest at all times. If you fail, you fail. That's part of learning. It's part of life. So just try your hardest, do your best. That's really all I can say. I've screwed up myself multiple times. those won't be the last times I screw up either. There's no question about that. So, different topic. I would like to tell you guys that I have completely changed around the way that I watch YouTube. A buddy of mine, Mark, actually, from the WDWK podcast. So if you don't know about it, the weekly podcast that I do with my buddy Mark and Mike, you can find it on WDWK podcast YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com/WDWK podcast, or you can go see it at our website, WDWKpodcast.com. Little advertisements, you know, throw it in there. But he actually informed me, which I don't know how I didn't know this, but that YouTube has a speed function now. I had absolutely no idea. But you can watch videos up to 2 times the speed. Get the sound and all that fun stuff. And I will tell you, that has changed my YouTube life. There were so many series before that I really wanted to watch, but they were really long series. Like, I really wanted to watch a lot of people play through and find some good people who played through, like, old Sierra games and the King's Quest games and the Space Quest games and things like that, since I'm doing my, you know, Space Quest collectors, you know, playthrough right now. And I found Paw Dugnan, I think. I'll put his link in the description. Awesome, man. This guy is a Sierra maniac. Hilarious commentary, especially at playing things like adventure games. This guy is what I would strive to be when I play these adventure games, because he is amazing. And I didn't find him until recently. Enderman, get your ass out of my house. So I didn't find him until recently, but it's given me the chance to be able to watch things like his entire playthroughs, because I throw them up on 2 speed. They take half the time, and even though it's still like multiple hours to watch him, you know, get through, you know, a couple of the King's Quest series or whatever, it's much more worth it. And it's entertaining to listen to things in fast speed as well. It really changes the perspective on what you think about things and how fast-witted somebody is, or how difficult some gameplay can be. But it has completely revolutionized the way that I watch. Get away. The way that I watch YouTube. I suggest you guys go through and do the same. It is amazing. I have watched multiple... Oh, I thought I just looked at him. I watched multiple episodes of, like, Binding of Isaac by Northern Lion now in fast speed. It's hilarious. I watch The Escapist, Sparrow's Journey, Paul Soares Jr. I watched those all in 2 speed now. This War of Mine, I think, is an amazing game, and I love watching people's LPs of it, but after you get into, like, day 10 or so, it gets really boring to watch some of the same stuff over and over again. And being able to watch it in 2 speed to get all the commentary still out of it, as well as see the entire thing and have a good time while watching it, because they talk really fast and it's really hilarious. It's wonderful. You know, there's certain games that are out there that are very difficult to do. Like, this is a commentary video. My Minecraft has always been a commentary thing for me, whereas it's pretty much not about me. Look, I just dug a big hole. I'm glad you guys came in to watch my content over somebody else's to dig a big hole. But, you know, I've always been one of those people who talks about life while playing Minecraft. There's other games when I don't talk about life that if you watch those in 2 speed, it would make it so much more awesome just to watch it like that, because you'd get through the game content without missing the things that I'm talking about. Or hell, I don't know, if you listen to me in like chipmunk fast voice, like doing this 2 speed, you might enjoy it as well. You learn about my high school in half the time. You'll be twice as smart as I am, because you'll learn twice as much in the time frame that I learn something in. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but either way, 2 speed on YouTube is amazing. I suggest you do it. This episode's been about me digging a big hole. Basically, I'm trying to... The ski patrol building on the outside and just seeing it from the ski slope is one thing, but I need to be able to make an inside, make multiple layers, make my stretchers for injured people, things like that. So I need to start digging it out, and I need to get these chests moved somewhere and find out where how I'm gonna do storage, what I want the inside to look like, how I'm gonna make an entrance that gets down to here, and all that fun stuff. So that's what I was working on with this, and you guys just came along for the ride. So, guys, thanks for watching. Again, this is Jeff, and I'll see you next time.